Hello guys, and welcome once again to another week, and we're going to be analyzing the charts for you guys as always, as usual. Now we're on the gold charts. Now last week, what can I say about last week? Let's just say the charts didn't play out the way we initially expected it to play out, right? Price, yes, even though we suspected that price could all of a sudden just start pushing up from up here, right? We knew that that was a possibility, but I honestly wanted price to actually come down lower, right, to just get into this point. But price refused to do just that, and price pushed up immediately, and then towards the end of the week, price started to retrace back down. Okay, so this new week, what do we look out for? Now guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video so that more people get to see this. Now in the new week, this new week, what should we be looking out for? Overall, let's start from the monthly, the top-down analysis, right? Now, as we can see on the monthly, prices or the gold charts is quite bullish, very bullish. So we should still keep to looking for our buys. Now we could see this massive rejection on these two candles, right? So, but prices are still very much bullish, even though we are seeing a whole lot of rejections and drawdowns and all that. So let's go down to the weekly. Let's see things better. Now we're on the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart, and as we can see, after these two massive rejections, actually expected the price would push down lower, but instead price began to push up, right? We see this massive rejection up here. So what should we be looking out for now in this new week? We could see price just start pushing up, right? And that could happen. Or we could see price coming back down into this support area, rejecting from there and pushing higher. This could also happen. Or we could see price push down lower into this point and then reject from there. These are the three things I think could happen, right? So whichever one, we'll look out for it. So let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. We already know the areas that we should, in the weekly. So this point, should I let me draw a line there. So once I go down to the daily, I'd see, I know what I'm looking at. Now we have this, sorry. So we have this and these 2 points there. Now, yes, okay. No need for this one there. We already know what that is. Let me still, sorry. Let me still, hope you guys can hear me. Hope this is recording. Let me put this there. So let's go to the daily. So that way I know what I'm looking at on the daily. All right. I hope these lines aren't too much for you guys, right? So this is the first level we're looking for price to come down into. This level, this area. And we might see rejections from there, or price might come down lower, sweep this low, get into this fair value gap, which it refused to get into the last time, and then we might see price reacting from the zone. So in fact, I really would like for price to come down into this point, but would that happen? Would that happen? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. How do I select this? It's behind that. Let me just leave it. So I'm not so sure about price getting down here, but if that happens, then that's going to be a good one, right? That's going to be a good one. So if we see price come back down into this point, sweep this point, and then give us a good entry from here, then we'll take it, right? But like I said, I'm not sure if that will happen. Oh, another thing we could see happen is price could just come just a little bit lower and then continue its push up, right? That could happen. Yes, that could happen. That could very much happen. That could very much happen, because if price breaks this low, then price will most likely come into the zone. Now, how it reacts from the zone will now determine what we're going to do next, whether or not we'll look for buy from here, or price might break it lower and come into this other zone. So that's just it. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see if we'll see anything. See something different. Yes. So now On the 4-hour, this is giving us an indication the price might go lower, right? So we have the 4 hours. The 4 hours making is giving us the indication that price might actually come down lower to a support area where we should be looking out for good buys. But on the daily, it didn't quite give us that, right? So we might actually see price come down lower because of this bearishness I'm seeing over here. So we might actually see price come down lower, take out this low, or probably even react from somewhere around here, right? If it reacts from here, good. But I think it's going to take it out. It could take it out. If it takes it out, comes into the zone, and we see a good buying opportunity from there too, that's going to be good. But if it goes lower into this zone, then that's going to be the best, right? So we'll now look for buying opportunities from that point. So whichever one price gives us, we're gonna keep a good eye on it. We're gonna keep a good eye on it. But one way or the other, price will most likely drop. Hopefully, price will most likely drop lower. So we'll be looking for buys from somewhere around here. So we're looking for buys from somewhere around here. And if that level doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for buys from this other point. If this level doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for buys from this other point. So either way, those are the levels we're going to be looking out, keeping a close eye on. All right, those are the levels we're going to be keeping a close eye on. Let me go back to the daily. There was something I marked. I want to be sure which line that is. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, back to the 4-hour. Okay, makes sense. So guys, that's for this week. There's not much. I don't really have much to say about this. Like I said, the chart's looking quite the 4-hour and the daily kind of like conflicting, right? 4-hour and the daily kind of like conflicting, but either way, like I said, we're going to be looking for buys from this point. Now we're not going to be looking for sales. I'm going to stay away from anything sales unless I see a very good entry, right? But we'll be looking for buys from this zone, from starting from around 3280 level. If price doesn't react from that zone, then we'll be looking for buys from this other zone. We'll be looking for buys from this other zone, 3238 level. 3238 level. Now if this this level doesn't also hold, we're going to wait for price to come back down into 3190 level. 3190 level. So once price gets into 3190 level, that's where we're now going to really go in on our serious buys. All right, so guys, that's what I have for you guys for this week. Let's see how it goes. And during the week, as we're trading, we'll try and come live one of the days. And that's it, guys. So make sure to subscribe and like this video so that others could see this. I do hope you have an amazing trading week. Peace out, guys.